One take and one take only. I'm really just sitting here in my quiet place. At the lowest that I've ever been, at the poorest that I've ever been, in the most debt that I've ever had, dipping into a life savings that is no longer a part of my life. And I'm realizing as I sit here, going through all the sounds that I hear and all the things that I see, that it's really faith that's keeping me intact. And it's really faith that's keeping me grounded. See, there's all these things that we can plan, and there's all these things that we can do. And there's all these words that we can manipulate to share how we're really worth the time and effort that's put into place in order to have a conversation to show your value. And as I sit in my quiet place, I'm really thinking about the times and the ways that I could have done things differently. But reality is, if that was the truth, it would have happened. And so I sit here reflecting on the last almost 9 months now, where I had a really good paying job, where I felt like I was doing everything that I possibly could to show these people, these things, these entities that I had value. And now here I am with absolutely nothing, realizing that it's in this deepest value where in the valley I'm truly understanding what it means to have this relationship with God. And see, a lot of people want to tell you their truth, but the reality is it's not about your truth. It's about the truth that sets you free. And I'm finally feeling like me again. And I think it's the me that existed before labels, before the tags, before the positions, before the realities, where other people I looked up to became the things that I wanted to be. But the truth of the matter is, as I'm unfolding, and existing with this presence, and this presence has been here some time. And you might ask me, what is that presence? And that presence is the Spirit of the Lord. It's the helper that Jesus spoke about before he left this earth physically. And in this valley, I'm slowly recharging. And after years of becoming someone I wasn't meant to be, I'm growing in a way that even I'm becoming unrecognizable to those who have been around me. And it's these seeds that sit so deep underneath the soil that allow for the soul to begin rooting. And I realize now that I've been laying dormant under all these harsh seasons. And this voice, these words, there's something of a dance. The image that becomes materialized in the mirror is really the human nature that's being nurtured by the Spirit. And as I welcome more people into my home, as my door stays open, as I'm able to spend more time with the individuals that come to stay with me, the truth becomes a revelation. And that revelation is really me slowing down and being available to sit in my quiet place. And see, although I was chasing labels and becoming things that I wasn't really supposed to become, and chasing the things that this godless God has given to us. And those are the bills in which that we trust. This new formation, this space where I can be intimate with people really is a reflection of intimacy that I have with the real God. The God that doesn't subject us to confusion, to exhaustion. See, now that I'm no longer in the system of things where such was the way of life to pursue the fake wealth of this world, I'm being exposed in this quiet place to the world of imagination. And I'm merely a man who is returning to himself. And as a result of being within myself, I really get to hear the voice of God speak loudest. I had a guest stay with me recently who shared with me that there was so much love that they felt here. that they were able to understand that this is the healing God wants us to experience. And while people are just so quick to be running from this point to that point and over there and over here without pausing to just sit, I think we come into a place of peace and see, when I was in pieces, scattered all over the place, I thought that was peace, because I had hundreds of thousands in a fake place of refuge, because I had thousands of people who needed me a week to lead them through areas where I became a master of. But now I'm realizing that in this space, I am myself. And in order to be myself, I have to recognize Him when I have nothing, to allow Him to work through me, and not seek Him for the things that I thought had value, for the things that I thought had meaning. Because the reality is, to finally leave your place of refuge, your true purpose gets exposed. The things that you're okay with as you exit this life. See, all this air that I'm breathing in is truly free. And as I gasp each breath, it's freeing, because it allows me to share the words that really matter, and to not use words that have no meaning, that really don't do anything for others. I believe that we all become the words that lift off the pages. And we materialize in flesh with the Spirit really has to offer. Not only for ourselves, but for each other. And I think too many people want to fake their way to understanding. But in order to gain understanding, you have to sit and be still and know. Right now, I'm just welcoming all that God has to offer. And by doing so, I have to be stripped of everything that no longer serves. This is real. I'm just becoming who I was intended to be.